That's gonna stick with me forever, man. That's gonna haunt me. Oh my god, that makes me so upset. Like, this is the type of quality you would get. Like, dude, I just pulled it up on... Dude, I just ripped it! Dude! I literally just ripped it on accident. Why? Why do it, dude? Why? Now it just has a line on it, bro. Come on, man. Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's CG Build, and welcome back to another video. We're gonna be seeing if this thing is overpriced, or if you should spend your money on it, or not, or yeah, really just to see if this thing's worth it. So the keyboard we're going to be talking about is the Everglide SK87. Now, I did get this from Apple Maker, so you can go to down in the description and look up what I'm looking up, and if you would want to buy it after what I have to say and everything. Now, I'm going to get this out the way now. This thing, the version you're going to be seeing in front of me, is $280. Now, if you get the black version, it's $300. Pretty expensive. You're comparing yourself to a lot of good boards for that type of money. So that's where this video comes in. We're going to be seeing if it's worth it or if it's not. Now, I don't want to get this out of the way now. I didn't know the price the whole time I was building this. I had no idea. I didn't look it up. It just skipped to my mind. I just kind of did it. And then after I was looking it up, I realized it was $280. Which is pretty expensive, man. There's a lot of other keyboards that are really good that aren't that much. So, like, is it worth it? That's what we're going to talk about. Now, just taking a look at this thing, it is a kit. There's no switches, there's no keycaps. Now, in my opinion, I do like it more. I prefer it more if it does come like that. But at the same time, it should be cheaper if you're going to be giving me that and nothing else, you know? But hey, so this is a TKL, as you can tell. And first impressions, man, it feels really good. I will say that the box and everything is not how it is going to come because, I mean, they probably just sent me, like, it's just for me to review, you know what I mean? I am going to be keeping it, but you get what I'm saying. Nice high quality, like, the edges feel really nice. It has a different texture. It's really hard to, like, record the texture of it, but it's like a, really unique case all the way around. And then, as you can tell, for the top part of the keyboard, it does have a like metal aluminum for like the top piece that is actually unscrewed by the 4 screw holes in the back. And then you have this little thing in the back that's like the what is it called, the Everglide logo. But to my surprise, it's just a sticker. I was not expecting it to be just a sticker. Like, I was peeling off the little plastic piece and it like stayed on it, and I was like, what the why is that like that? You would think for the money you're spending, it should have been more. The USB is actually in the middle, which is pretty decent. I don't really mind anymore. I used to hate it if it wasn't on this side, but hey, I don't really care anymore. As long as it's not on this side, actually. Just don't be on the right-hand side, we're good. The plate option that I have in front of me is the carbon fiber one. They also offer a polycarbonate one, but I mean, carbon fiber is pretty cool. It doesn't add any money to it, so you can pick whichever one you want. So moving forward more into the whole case and build and everything, we're going to take off the screws on the back and then open it up, and it reveals a battery. You also have the thickest daughter board cable I've ever seen. I don't know why it's like so much. Maybe that's where all the price went. I don't know. But it's pretty basic. There's not a lot in here. I mean, it's just a keyboard case. Now, as for the stabilizers that you're seeing, they are, I'm pretty sure they're Everglide stabs. I'm pretty sure. You have a nice looking PCB. Like, everything looks pretty good. Now, one thing that does suck is that it is north facing LEDs, which, why? So knowing the issues with cherry profile keycaps and north facing LEDs, like, and you're spending this much money, like, why even have that an issue? Like, why would you even, like, why would you do it? I don't understand. Why not really sticking with me? I don't understand why you would do that. But moving on, we're going to be talking about the actual mounting system, which is gasket. It is gasket mounted, which no flex, which I'm okay with. I'm not a big stickler on flexing with your keyboard typing. I mean, hey, but the way they do it is so weird. Like, there are so many pour-on strips in this thing. It's insane, and it's literally just for sound. It's just so it can, like, be good for sound. It's everywhere. Now that all that's out the way, let's go ahead and talk about the RGB real quick. So another thing that is kind of a bummer. This thing, the whole, like, thing about this keyboard and why it's, like, kind of cool and, like, why someone would mainly buy it potentially is the RGB. Like, this whole thing is like frosted, see-through look, and it's supposed to make the RGB look good. The RGB on the actual keys look really bright. They're really good looking. I don't like RGB, but it looks good. But, like, the sides and the back, there's, like, almost no light, like, non-existent. It's like, why? I'm so confused. It's like misleading. Like, how can you make it look so bright in the pictures and then you get in person and it's like nowhere near that, dude? But like, it's like so dull. There's almost nothing. And I know it's kind of tricky to get lighting and like RGB on camera, but like in person, it is equally as it's not good. So me personally, I don't really care. I think I could care less about RGB, but like, I mean, I've been there, done it, I'm over it. I mean, that's like a big part. Like every picture has the RGB shown in like their whole thing about, hey, you should buy this keyboard. It's just so weird that like it's not like that. I don't know. Now we're gonna be moving on to like the actual build, and I did one mod, which and granted, this thing is really good stock. So the only thing I did was just to prevent any hollowness, which it's still. There might be a little bit if you hear in the sound test. We just did the CG mod. Now what CG mod is, I made it. Hey, CG build. Hey, it is pretty much just some medical wrap and you cut it to size, put it in there. And this stuff isn't the best. It's not, I would usually use some more like thicker stuff, but this is only all I had. And that's pretty much all I did. And it did help with sound a little bit. I mean, I don't have like a stock sound test, but like just having it in there, it did. You can tell that it sounds more uniform all the way down and not like a hollow pit in the center. Now, putting this thing all back together, we're going to be going ahead and putting on the switches. Now, the switches I'm going to be using are some from Apple Maker as well. Now, granted, dude, these switches, pretty nice stock. Surprised about how good these things are. Started feeling around, I'm like, dude, this sounds really good. What? It's like I don't even have to lube these. So I decided not to because, I mean, they're wanting to provide their own switches with this. Hey, I'm all down. Let's do it. Switches you're going to be seeing are the Comet Semi-Silent Switch. Like, that's like what the name is. They are actually on a sale. $36 for a 30-pack. I mean, I think they're kind of worth it. They actually sound pretty good. I was looking at it like semi-silent, but like they're not silent at all. They sound really good stock, but like they're pretty loud. I'm not gonna lie. They are a 5-pin switch. It has a palm stem and nylon housings. It is factory lubed, which is pretty decent, if I do say so myself. They are a linear switch as well. And all in all, I mean, they're pretty good switches. So I went ahead and popped them all in, and I'm just gonna be honest, looking at it, it's very ugly. A lot of weird things going on here. Now it's time to go ahead and put the keycaps on. Now the keycap choice, I didn't really know what to use. I didn't want to use cherry profile keycaps because like they kind of forced me not to. I wanted to use what I think would be best and using something that could potentially have interference like cherry profile keycaps. So I went with a cat profile set from KBD Fans. So these were my first ever like expensive keyboard keys. Why did I say it like that? These keycaps are really good. They're black on white. They look really nice in my opinion. I'm a big fan of black on white and grays and all that. So for me, I love this set. On this board, it looks okay. It's not my favorite ever, but I mean it's decent. And I did forget to mention the stabs. Now, I went ahead and re-lubed them with Crytox 205 Grade 0, and that was from Kinetic Labs. You can go in the description, check that out. I lube everything with that, and I re-lubed them. I'm gonna be honest, man, they're not my favorite stabs ever. Didn't lube bad either. I'm pretty thorough when I lube. This would be weird taken out of context. Anyways, that was dude. But yeah, that's it for the stabs. There's nothing else left. The keyboard's already built. You're looking at the B-roll. Like I said, it's not my favorite looking build ever, but hey, we're just judging it just off of the case and should you buy this thing. So now let's go ahead and hear the sound test. So, what'd you think? I'm not really going to judge it off of sound, if you should buy it or not, mainly because sound is there's so many different switches, so many different keycaps you can use, so many different variables, so I'm not going to judge it off sound. Now let's do a little rundown real quick of exactly what was been over this whole video. So the keyboard is $280 or $300, somewhere in there depending on which option you pick. It is just a kit, which I do like, but also it is kind of a bummer that you are spending so much money and not getting like switches or keycaps with it. It does have north facing LEDs, which is not the best, just for the simple fact that like there is a known issue with cherry profile keycaps, and like you just don't want to risk it because like it could not work with it and sound terrible. So the main factor for the selling point is the LEDs, the RGBs on like the case itself and like the underglow and the side glow, and it doesn't do that. Really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know. But that's it for like the cons. I don't see anything else. Like that's kind of like, it's a lot though. And then for the pros, I will say I do like the mounting system, even though it is like gasket mounted, but it's not really gasket, but it feels more premium. Like stock, it sounds really good. You could do no mods to it and be good. The little top metal plate here, I think is cool because you can customize it to whatever color you would want to match your own keycaps, and you can recolor it whenever you get another keycap set or whatever it is. The plate feels really high quality. The stabs are so-so. I mean, you can always replace them if you'd want, but then that would also cost more money on a board that's already pretty expensive. It does feel really high quality. Like I will say, like the whole edging of it, like the machining of it feels really nice. It is a really unique looking keyboard, which it's in my collection, so I mean it does stand out. And the build process of it was pretty self-explanatory, really nice. Oh, and another con, the sticker, man. The sticker. Why is this a sticker? And why did it come off when I pulled it off initially? That's insane. Why? Not even kidding, for the video, I straight up was just like messing with it, going like that, and it came up and it ripped. Why? Why do it, dude? Why? Now it just has a line on it, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Me personally, I don't know if it's worth the money. Like, you're comparing yourself to a lot of big brand keyboards here, just being honest. Like, but hey, if you do like this style of keyboard, go ahead, man, get it. If you already got it, you'd be happy. I mean, it's not like it's bad. It's just really expensive. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. I had a great time building this. Not with the stuff you wanted to hear. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, that's the end of the video once again, and I will see you in the next one.